Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom.
You'll notice a wonderful, familiar face on the keys. Paul's back, everybody. We can't hear the applause. Nice to be back. Anyway, we're thrilled to have you back as Jeff is in Paris. Oh, living the life. Kenner.
We begin our service, Hinei Ma Tov, how wonderful it is to be together, page 128. Hinei Ma Tov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. 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 How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. Hinei Ma Tov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hinei Ma Tov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Shalom aleichem, salam aleikum. Shalom aleichem, salam aleikum. Shalom aleichem, salam aleikum. Salam aleichem, salam aleikum. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. Hinei Ma Tov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hinei Ma Tov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad.
We'll read together at the top of page 124. We enter the sanctuary to welcome Shabbat. Within these walls, we sit surrounded by numberless generations. Our ancestors built the synagogue as a visible sign of God's presence in their midst. Throughout our long history and our endless wanderings, it has endured, a beacon of truth, love, and justice for all humanity. Its presence guided our ancestors to lives of righteousness, holding up to them a vision of their truest selves. Now we, in our turn, come into this sanctuary to affirm the sacredness of our lives. May we enter this place in peace. May holiness wrap around us as we cross its threshold. Weariness, doubt, the flaws within our human hearts, the harshness of the weak, let these sharp away at the door. In the brightness of Shabbat, let peace settle upon us as we lift our hearts in prayers. We turn to page 120 for our candlelight blessing.
Ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav mitzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
For those who are able, we rise together for Kiddush 123.
אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, בורא פרי הגפן. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר קידשנו במצוותיו ורצבנו בשבת קודשו באהבה וברצון הנחילנו, זיכרון למעשה בראשית, כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים. כי בנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, בשבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת. Amen. L'chaim.
We turn to page 127, 127 at the top, and please join me. There are days when we seek things for ourselves and measure failure by what we do not gain. On Shabbat, we seek not to acquire, but to share. There are days when we exploit nature as if we're a horn of plenty that can never be exhausted. On Shabbat, we stand in wonder before the mystery of creation. There are days when we act and care nothing for the rights of others. On Shabbat, we remember that justice is our duty and a better world our goal. So we embrace Shabbat, day of rest, day of wonder, and day of peace. We continue with Psalm 95, 130.
לכו נרנן על אדוני, נריע לצור אישנו. לכו נרנן על אדוני, נריע לצור אישנו, נקדם פניו בתודה, בזמירות נריע לו, כי אל גדול אדוני, ומלך גדול על כל אלוהים, אשר בידו מחקרי ארץ, ותועפות הרים לו. אשר לא הים והוא עשהו, ביבשת ידיו יצרו, כי הוא אלוהינו ואנחנו אמריתו וצאן ידו.
On page 138, we have reached the pinnacle of Kabbalat Shabbat, Lecha Dodi.
לכאן דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לכאן דודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. שמור וזכור בדיבורך תשמיענו, האל המיוחד אדוני אחד ושמו אחד לשם ולתפארת ולתהילה לך דודי לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה לקראת שבת לכו בני אלחכים מקור הברכה בראש מקדם נסוכה סוף מעשה במחשם בתחילה לכאן דודי לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה לכאן דודי לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה התעוררי התעוררי כי באורך קומי אורי 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 שיר דברי כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה לכאן דודי לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה לכאן דודי לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה.
We rise together to greet Shabbat HaMelkah.
בואי ושלום עטרת מלכה משמחה ובשורה תוך אמוני עם סגולה בואי חלה לכאן דודי לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה לכאן דודי לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה.
We continue the bottom page 145. Teach me, O God, a blessing, a prayer, on the mystery of a withered leaf, on ripened fruit so fair, on the freedom to see, to sense, to breathe, to know, to hope, to despair. Teach my lips a blessing, a hymn of praise, as each morning and night you renew your days. Lest my day be today as the one before, lest routine set my ways. We continue with our Cheti Kaddish right there, 144.
יתגדל ויתקדש שם רבה בעלמא דברה חירותי וימליך מלכותי בחייכון וביומכון ובחי לכל בית ישראל בגלה בגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן יהי שמי רבה מברך לעלם ולעלמי עלמיה יתברך יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו לאלה מן כל מלאכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה תמירן בעלמם ואמרו אמן.
We rise together, 146.
Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Yada da da da, 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 yada da da da. Baruch et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed, le'olam va'ed. Yada da da da, 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 yada da da da.
The top of page 149. Praise you, Adonai, our God, for whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way in which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise you, Adonai, our God, for whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai, Hamariv Aravim. On the next page.
Amen.
Ahavat olam Beit Yisrael, Amcha ahavta, Torah u'mitzvot, chukim u'mishpatim, otanu limadeta. Al kein Adonai Eloheinu, b'shochbeinu uvkumeinu, nasiach u'vukecha, v'nismach medivrei Toratecha, u'b'mitzvotecha, leolam va'ed, ki heim chayenu, be'orech yameinu, u'bahem nehgev yomam balayla. באהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים, ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל. שמע ישראל, אדוני Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod, Shem Kevod, Malchuto Leolam, Leolam Ve'ahavta et את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, לחיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
157. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there's no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together, our song of freedom and redemption, our Micho Mocha 158.
מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש. נורא תהילות עושה פלא, נורא תהילות עושה פלא, אדוני מלוך לעולם ועד. מלכותך ראו בניך, בוקע ים לפני משה ומרים, זה אלי אנו ואמרו, זה אלי אנו ואמרו, אדוני מלוך לעולם ועד. יאי די 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 די, יאי די 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 די, יאי די 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 די, יאי די 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 די.
Blinds, is that okay? No. But during the winter, it's much better. I know. I feel bad, but you can bring sunglasses. It's not against Jewish law. The top of page 161. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up, waiting to do your will. Our Hashkivenu 160.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, Behamidenu shomreinu lechaim. Spread the shelter of your peace over us. Guide us in wisdom, compassion, and trust. השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום והעמידנו שומרנו לחיים. Save us for the sake of your name. Shield us from hatred, sorrow, and pain. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, ve'amideinu shomreinu
The top of page 163. We are a people in whom the past endures, in whom the present is inconceivable without moments gone by. The Exodus lasted a moment enduring forever. What happened once upon a time happens all the time. Vishamru 162.
Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat לעשות את השבת לתורותם ברית עולם ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם לעולם כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ וביום השמיעי שבת מי נפש.
For those who are able, we rise together for our tefillah 166.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei Avoteinu ve'Imotenu Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak ve'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel ve'Elohei Leah האל הגדול הגיבור והנורא אל עליון גומל חסדים טובים וקונה הכל וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם למען שמו באהבה מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן ברוך אתה אדוני מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני מחיי מתים אתה רב להושיע מוריד הטל מכלכל חיים בחסד מחיי מתים ברחמים רבים סומך נופלים ורופא חולים ומתיר אסורים ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומי דומה לך מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה ונאמן אתה להחיות מתים ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי המתים אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
Please be seated. We continue together at the top of page 173. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat. We continue with our Ritzei on the next page.
Ritzei Adonai Eloheinu be'amcha Yisrael u'tefilatam be'ahava tekabel tehi liratzon tamid avodat Yisrael Yisrael Amecha El Karob Lechol Kore'am V'nei Elafatecha V'choneinu Shefoch Ruchacha Zena einenu beshuv chal Tzion am perachamim Baruch atah Adonai המחזיר שכינתו
The top of page 179. Grant us peace, your most precious gift, O eternal source of peace, and give us the will to proclaim its message to all the peoples of the earth. Bless our country as a safeguard of peace, its advocate among the nations. May contentment reign within our borders, health and happiness within our homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship and fellowship among all the inhabitants of every land. Plant virtue in every soul. May the love of your name hallow every home and every heart. Praise are you, Eternal One, who blesses our people with peace. 178.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha אתה הוא מלך אדון לכל השלום, כי אתה הוא מלך אדון לכל השלום, בטוב בעיניך לברך את עמך ישראל, בכל עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. ברוך אתה אדוני המברך את עמו ישראל בשלום. We take a few moments for private meditation. יהיו רצון אמרי פי, יהיו רצון אמרי פי, והגיון ליבי לפניך, אדוני צורי וגואלי. Oh, may the words of my mouth, the meditation of my heart be acceptable before you, O God, my rock and my redeemer. Oseh shalom bimromav, uyaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imeru, ve'imeru, amen.
At this moment in our service, we take time to think of those in our community, those especially who are in need of healing of body or spirit. On this Shabbat, we take time to think of Linda Applebaum, Margaret Bell, Chase Callahan, Harold Seitlin, Deborah Chagua, Arit Cohen, Karen Edwards, Edward Goldberg, Jeffrey Goldman, Sandra Goldman, Miriam Goldstein, Fran Curry Harrington, Josie Hatfield, Emily Held, and Evelyn Held, Donald Himmel, Ralph Holtzman, Corey Kessler, Jerry Lapidus, Rush Lishkoff, Zain Monlik, Malka Bat Rachel, Arvin Robinson, Susan Schumann, Leslie Simon, Chrissy St. Charles and Don St. Charles, Brenda Weinstein, and Edgar Zimmerman. For those who are here with us this evening, if you are thinking of a loved one, a friend who's in need of healing of body and spirit, we invite you to share that name as my eyes meet yours. Uvalde, of course. For those names mentioned out loud and for those names that are still in our hearts are Mishaberach, middle of page 371.
Mishaberach Avoteinu Mekor HaBracha Le'imoteinu. May the source of strength who blessed the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mishaberach Imoteinu Mekor HaBracha La'avoteinu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
Let's make sure we're good here. Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom.
There's been a lot of exciting news across the pond in Great Britain. We as Americans, this is unfamiliar for us. During the founding of this republic, we ensured that we wouldn't be monarchists. But in England, that comes with great responsibility, and that's why it's once in a lifetime that Queen Elizabeth is celebrating 70 years on the throne. Again, as an American, yashar koach to such a career, but there's a reason why a president can't be president for 70 years. But it's a significant accomplishment. But in my humble opinion, there's something more special than even the Queen celebrating 70 years together. That was my pivot. Our rabbis teach us that when two people who get married and create a life with each other, it's the creation of a new world. And for 70 years, Barbara and David Benton had been married. And when I told my wife that I had the honor of doing something the first time in my career, to bless these two loving companions who've been with each other for 70 years. Every day when we wake up, we say, Modeh ani levanecha, we thank God that we are here. In a world of so much difficulty, in a world of so much adversity and sadness, we are still commanded to celebrate the joy in the world. And it's my great honor to welcome Barbara and David to the Bima as we bless these two loving companions of 70 years in marriage. As we take them before the ark, for those who are able, I ask the congregation to rise. Come on up. I'm going to wait for your husband. Just like the chuppah, huh?
Yeah, it's a reminder.
In the fullness of the Shabbat, Parshat Bebinek, we turn in thanksgiving to Adonai, our source of blessing. We give thanks for the strength that is preserved and sustained for getting to this incredible milestone of 70 years together. In the midst of your family, your loved ones, your children, your grandchildren, great-grandchildren, you know all of their birth dates. How many do you guys have? 20? 20 grandchildren?
Yeah.
20 grandchildren. You guys look back with grateful reminiscence upon the years that have passed since when you first pledged each other under Harei At Mikudeshet Li in accordance to the laws of Moses. Many and varied have been our experiences since that time, filled with occasions of joy and sometimes disappointment. But at the end, the joys that sweetened your lives, even with the storms that shook your chuppah, you created 70 years that fortified your home. In bliss and trial like Adonai, you have been with us and with these two loving companions. Continue to bless them with many more years to come. And let these years be of health and contentment and clouded happiness in the circle of your family here, Atlanta, Israel, and out west, and a broken surface of love and caring to all those who are far and to those who are near. And together we say, Amen.
Amen.
We're not done yet. We're not done yet. We're not done. We're not done yet. 70 years you get.
Yevarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha.
May God bless you and continue to protect you.
Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka.
May God's face shine upon you. May God forever be gracious to you.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. Shalom.
And once more, when things are difficult or any adversity you face, may God's presence forever lift you up and forever bring you peace. Can you hear Ratzon? May it be God's will. You're about to step on the glass. I'm just kidding.
Mazal tov.
It's Barbara's turn. That's it.
That's it.
70 years.
Thank you.
That would have been bad. Okay. Okay. Tanner.
We are continuing with our yearly Omer game, and we have reached essentially the end of the road. It is day
Don't be too excited.
It is day 49. So I'm going to begin with the non-Jewish elements, and we will finish with the Jewish elements of the. Okay, so I feel like this is an easy opener. Often we include the kind of obligatory number state or number president. Now, of course, I was thinking of making a joke. Who's our 49th president? Of course, we don't have one. I was going to say it's like Kim Kardashian West or something. But, okay. But,
They don't know who that is.
yeah, sorry. 49th state of the United States. Who's got an idea? Okay, someone said, yes, Alaska. They were 4 months apart from each other, January and May of 53, I believe. Oh, 59, I apologize, 59. All right, so next. This is maybe more for me than anybody, but just like Rabbi and his Red Wings, I'm a big Yankees fan. This player wore number 49 for the Yankees. He was a very dominant pitcher in the 70s. Now bring it back south, because you're not Yankees fans here generally. His nickname was Louisiana Lightning. Okay, we're a college football crowd. It's got Ron Guidry. All right. Okay, let's do the Jewish stuff. I'll skip the other ones. Okay, so I looked into this and I thought, number 49, what is the significance? If I were to ask that, what's the significance of 49 in the Jewish tradition? It might be hard to come up with an answer other than it's the last day of counting the Omer. So that's not very helpful. But then I tried to find something that was relevant, and I said, what is the 49th year of the if we were to take the lunar Jewish calendar, what would that be equivalent to in our calendar? Now, obviously, I don't expect you to do the math there, but it's 3,711 BCE would be the 49th year of our calendar, Gregorian calendar. But more interesting, the rabbis said in the Gemara that there are 50 levels of spiritual understanding and enlightenment, and that Moses achieved 49 out of 50 of those levels. So finally found something that was relevant here. And Moses was said to basically have come one step within divinity, and that the 50th level is beyond human attainment, and that would be getting into divine territory. And the rabbis use a line in Psalm 8 which says, "You have made him little less than divine," which is speaking about mankind, not Moses specifically, but that kind of as like an argument of like, you are right on the cusp of being potentially in the image of God. Interestingly, the Zohar actually says that there are 50 levels of spiritual impurity going in the other direction, and that Israel, while enslaved in Egypt, had reached the 49th out of 50 levels of spiritual impurity, which that seems strange that, whatever, without getting into that, 49 levels. And so on the journey from being redeemed from Egypt to Mount Sinai and getting our revelation, which is the whole point of the Omer, we went from 49th level of impurity to 49th level of purity. Okay, we're taking the whole people to just specifically Moses, but that's all I got for you. And we have our Omer Blessing.
Also written in a very special midrash that if you get all the Omer questions right, you reach that 50th level. Next year, we're going to bring you up and you're going to do the game. No way. There's a first for everything. But again, what's important is revelation at Sinai, and we celebrate this with Shavuos when we get our blueprint for life, our Torah. For those who are able, we rise to page 570 with our counting of the Omer.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al sfirat haomer.
Today is 49 days, which is 7 weeks of the Omer. We continue standing. Aleinu 586.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתהית גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, בגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
Our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to all of us and to all of humanity. As we remember them, we meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. On this Shabbat, we recall the yortzites of Harry Baskin, Mary W. Bernstein, Louis Berger, Harry Cohn, Glenn Harvey Cooper, Lois Coughlin, Dora M. Uvix, Mildred D. Frankel, Edward M. Friend, Jr., Isidore Goldfarb, Sidney Milton Goldstein, Bernard Greenspoon, Dorothy Hershkovitz, Sandra Halsey, Bessie Jaffe Kaplan, Robert Barry Cardis, Abe Kessler, Lily Sarah Klotzman, Sarah Krentzman, Jacob N. Libovici, Francis London, Mildred A. Mann, Selma B. Maring, Sylvia Babe Miller, Carol Ethel Muss, Leah Newfield, Sandra Weinstein Pinso, Harry Richmond, Jonas Rosenfield, Robert Routman, Betty DeLapp Sachs, Nellie Shapiro, Samuel L. Singer, Saul Slive, Marion Solomon, Elena Kishinevsky Stern, Hilda Taylor, Ronnie Taylor, and Robert M. Unger. Our heartfelt condolences in the recent passing of Natalie Johnson, sister of Mark and Art Johnson, Avery Fearman, grandson of Bobby and Chuchi Fearman, nephew of Judy Ladd McDonald, and Meredith Fearman Smith. John Clifford Olenek, father of Anna Olenek Levy, grandfather of Mackenzie and Madison Levy. May all their memories forever be a blessing. We rise together for Mortar's Kaddish, 598. Yikadal, Yikadah, Shemei Rabbah, Ma Divrach Rote Vamlich Malchute, the Chayachon of Yom Echon, Ufchayet de Kol Beit Yisrael, Bagalah Vizman Kariv Yimru.
Amen.
Yehei Shemei Rabbah Mevarach Leolam Alamel Maya. Yiparach Vishtabach Hipa'ar Hitromam Hitnaseh. Vita Dar Vita Le Vita La Shemei Kucha.
Barichu.
Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damin ram yoma v'yimru.
Amen.
Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu v'el kol Yisrael v'yimru. Amen. Osei shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'el kol Yisrael v'yimru. Amen.
Amen.
Ose shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael me'imeru. Amen.
Before we conclude with Odon Olam, it's our great pleasure to welcome to the Bima this summer's Hillel Connections interns. So guys, come on up and please tell us where you're studying, what you're studying, and what you're doing this summer here in Birmingham.
repeat the questions?
Can you repeat the questions? The Omer questions, or I just asked? Okay. Where you guys are studying, your major, your internship this summer, and where you're from.
Okay. Hi.
Use the mic. Okay.
Hi, I'm Sydney. I'm from Chicago. Sydney Krebs. I'm from Chicago. I'm studying criminal justice and political science with a minor in women's studies. And this summer, I'm working at a defense attorney's.
Where do you go to school?
And I go to the University of Alabama.
Are you from Highland Park?
No, but my mom is.
Okay. Next.
I'm Micah Hodes. I'm from Chattanooga, Tennessee. I go to the University of Alabama where I'm studying operations management with a minor in supply chain management.
We need you.
Yeah. And this summer I'm working at Altec Capital.
Hi, I'm Jack Lazarov. I'm from Memphis, Tennessee. I go to the University of Alabama, and I'm studying mechanical engineering. And I am working at AirTech.
I'm Alex Bebinek. I'm from Birmingham. I'm studying computer science at Georgia Tech, and I'm working with the UAB Department of Biostatistics.
Yes, I didn't have a twin.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
And what are you studying?
the geriatric population here. So we have two students that couldn't come tonight, but I wanted to introduce them because hopefully you guys will have an opportunity to meet them. First of all, I want to say that this is our fourth summer having college kids come to Birmingham. The whole purpose is to allow them to live and work as a young professional in Birmingham and to primarily expose them to our Jewish community because this is a hidden secret, and I really think that most of the kids that come here don't have the warmth and community that we feel here in Birmingham. So please get to know these kids. There are so many people in our community, and I tell the kids that have helped either with my committee, their family, friends, each child or each young intern gets connected with one family who kind of adopts them for the summer. We have people who provide programming, people who have signed up this summer to make dinner for these kids and invite them into their home. So we just have a whole wealth of things. We're going to do some fabulous things. We're going to the World Games to see gymnastics. We're going to canoe the Kahaba. We're going to go tomorrow to the 16th Street Baptist Church and learn about civil rights. We're going to eat out a fair amount. So it's going to be a really fun summer. I want to tell you about two other students who couldn't be here tonight. The first is Emily Bebinek. She is from Birmingham here. You guys may know her parents. She is Alex's twin.
Wake Forest, right?
Twin. She goes to Wake Forest. She's a communications major. This summer, she is working 1 day a week at the Kalat Jewish Family Services, and she also is working 4 days a week for the Alabama Holocaust Education Center. She is doing a lot of their social media as well as writing some programming for them. The other student is Zach Schneiderman. He is from the University of Georgia. He's from Atlanta. He's working for Regions Bank. He is a finance and management information systems student. So as you can see, we have attracted people from all over the Southeast. I had people call me from the University of South Carolina, University of Georgia, University of Florida, from somewhere up in New York. Some kid found out about us. So we're making a reputation that Birmingham is welcoming Jewish kids from all over. So kudos to these. These are some of the best and brightest that we've had, and I just want to give them a warm welcome. So thank you.
You guys want to lead the closing song? I'm just kidding. Thanks, guys. All right, our closing song, Godon Olam 626.
אדון עולם אשר מלך, בטרם כל יציר נברא, לעיד נשא וחפצו כל, אזי מלך שמו נקרא, ואחרי ככלות הכל, לבדו ימלוך נורא, והוא היה והוא הווה, והוא יהיה בתפארה. Ya da 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 ya da ya da 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 ya da 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 ya da 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 ya da 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 ya da ya da 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 ya da 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 והוא אחד ואין שני, להמשילו להחמירה, בלי ראשית בלי תכלית, ולא העוז והמשרה, והוא אלי בחי גואלי, וצור חבלי בעת צרה, והוא ניסי ומנוס לי, מנת כוסי ביום אקרא. Ya da 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 ya da ya da 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 ya da da ya da ya da 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 ya da 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 ya da ya da 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 ya da 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 בידו אפקיד רוחי בית ישן מאירה ועם רוחי גביעתי אדוני לי ולא אירא יא דה 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 יא דה יא דה 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 יא דה 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 יא דה 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 יא דה 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 יא דה יא דה 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 יא דה 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 דה
Mazel Tov, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.